feel the bones crunching beneath your feet is confirmation of your awesome victory. The humans are growing strong in Grand Hamlet. An outpost will be placed under your dictatorship to use as you see fit. You must then prepare and lead a force to destroy Grand Hamlet and all that dwell there. Blackhand will brook no survivors. These humans must be taught a hard lesson in the ways of humility.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another Warcraft Orcs and Humans. This is the Orc 3rd level playthrough. On this level, it seems like they've stepped it up a little bit. They want us to actually take on, our first human base. So we're going to have to be a little bit more careful on this one, a little bit more cautious. Build up a force that's able to actually withstand a decent amount of troops before we go off and explore like we would normally. Just because there's a chance we'll run into, their main base or something like that. So now we know where that is. Now, I know what I said about exploring, but I just want to get a feel for what's right here, and really no further than that. Okay, so it does seem like they can't come in anywhere else other than right here and maybe up here. And I'll have these guys look around real quick just to see what they can find. Okay, so I'm gonna put my guys right here. That way they can guard this area and this area. And then this area is kind of little, underguarded. We're gonna need a couple people there. Let's see. Barracks is 500. In fact, I'll go ahead and do that as soon as I have enough gold. And you can start getting some troops out. Normally, I would put a couple more peons down, but I'm kind of worried that they may come over here in a decent amount of troops right off the bat. They do that occasionally. Not sure if they're doing this early on. On level 3, but they will get more and more aggressive the further you play into the game. I still don't like having this guy down here by himself. Now, what kind of troops you make is completely up to you. I have noticed that having a few archer-type units that they can hit from range is actually pretty nice to have with your tanks. But you can do a whole, army of whatever troops that you prefer. Whether it be knights or complete archers. Now, I am completely out of wood, so I'm going to send this guy to get on some lumber. I don't really need lumber right now, but, it takes so long to get. See, they're already coming over at me. Go ahead and do one more of these guys. I need a farm. Well, I was gonna have to build one sooner or later just to build some of these guys, so I guess I'll go ahead and put that down instead. See, I told you, trees. In fact, I'll go ahead and stick another guy. Yeah, see, it does me no good to have gold coming in right now. You know, if I can't do anything with it. So having like 50 guys on gold and only 2 guys on trees doesn't really make a lot of sense. Unless you're building up an army, which normally all you need is gold and a very, very small amount of wood if you're building archers or catapults. I took this guy off of the gold just for the pure fact that I can't do anything until I have another farm. And, you know, it's the trees that are holding me up. I think I need 300. That's what this guy right here should give me. Might actually take one of these guys off and put them back on the gold. Now that I got the trees that I need, you know, it's gold that I want right now for the peons, for the grunts. That was close, but see, that's why you always want to have somebody guarding. You know, whether you believe that it's going to get hit or not. I have a decent amount there. I shouldn't really be worried just yet. Some more troops going.
Your command, Master.
Put this guy down here, just because this guy's almost dead anyways. And this guy's a spearman, so he can't really take hits, but he can deal them out from far away. Going, build up, you know, a tiny little force just to protect my base, and then I'll go ahead and put down the lumber mill, and build some archers, build up an army that I can actually go off and attack with. And as you can see, their intelligence, like I've said before, is really low. They're getting stuck on each other, and there's nothing out here really. You know, they should just be able to pass right by, but.
Your command, Master.
Periodically, they're testing my defenses to see exactly how good I am, what I got up. Kind of one guy walk in and just kind of destroy my entire base. I don't got enough trees just yet. Go ahead and move these guys up just a tad bit. See what's right here on the bridge.
Your command, Master. Dabu.
Okay, so there's nothing there, thankfully. Let's see, I'll do... I see, I need another farm. What I'll do is I'll take these guys down here to explore while these guys finish chopping some stuff. In fact, I'll tell this guy to do it. Now, I said I wasn't going to explore right off the bat, but when you reach a wall like that where you have to wait for your farm to be done, you already have the resources you need. You know, it's always nice that if you send off your troops to go explore and they do happen to get killed, you know, it actually clears up space for you to build more units that are full of life. Right now, my guys are damaged, or at least one of them is. And there's no way for me to heal him, so if he dies, I can get a whole other unit at full price or full life. Let's see, build a couple more of these guys, and maybe another peon. And I'm coming up here just so that I can illuminate what this area is. That way, if they do send anybody up here, I can kind of see it coming from a good distance away. You know, once I've revealed the area, I can see there indefinitely. I don't have to worry about them sneaking up on me somehow, because my troops weren't close enough to see them. Those guys. I would like to start getting some archers out. I think I got enough foot soldiers for a while, but the wood's a little slow coming. Wait for these guys to catch up. I don't like them being split apart like that. Let's see, do I got enough? Nope. Oh, actually I do. So this might actually be the only place they can cross up here. It actually doesn't look like... There's another bridge. As you can see, these guys are stupid. They just sit in the back. And of course, their troops are a lot stronger than mine, obviously. With one knight, he was able to take out 2 of mine, so... I'm going to stick these guys down here to guard this. That way I don't have to worry about them coming onto my land. I got a new building, which I don't have enough wood for, so we'll have to wait on that one. But that means we can build some archers. At least a few of them anyways. We're gonna need to build a farm as soon as we can. That's a little bit too expensive. So we're gonna leave these guys right where they're at. We're gonna rebuild a few more troops to send down here, and then we're gonna go ahead and do our army, because they have to be on this side of the map. If we can keep them there, then we're safe on ours until we can, you know, have a big enough force to take them out. You never know how big their base is going to be. You know, at the early stages, it's going to be pretty small, maybe the size of yours. Later on in the game, you know, their base can consist of towers and lots of troops, and you know, more than one barracks. If you have more than one barracks, sorry guys, you can build more than one troop at the same time. As you can see, I can only put one in there. I don't have a query, so I can't have, you know, 6 or 7 troops just waiting to be built, and I can go off and do what I'm doing. You know, you have to have one of these for every troops that you're building at that time. So if you're not putting out troops fast enough, go ahead and put a couple of those buildings down if you got the resources to burn. Normally I would advise against that, but there are a few levels where it's necessary. At least we have another gold mine, which has quite a bit. That one's about to run out, actually. Maybe another 3-4 minutes on that one.
Your command, Master.
In fact, I may send, let's see. I'll send this grunt down here. Just because they only have one and they got a few spearmen plus another one coming. And these guys have quite a few grunts. Okay, they want more farms. Now, I really do want to build this just to see what it is, but I'll have to wait until this guy does his farms. Because I'm having a steady stream of gold coming in, and I don't want to, you know, sit too long and wait, you know, and not be able to build my troops when I want to. And they're attacking. Well, they did pretty good. Now the other grunts here. And if I hadn't built that guy, I'd be able to afford it, but we're off. Maybe this guy right here. No, I didn't even look at the gold. Okay, unfortunately we won't get to watch it, these guys. These guys are gonna need replacements pretty soon. They're all pretty hurt. My gold supply is coming in kind of slow now. In fact, now that I have pretty much all the wood that I need, because I'm not building any more buildings, I'm going to leave one guy on wood and put the other ones back on gold. Let's see, you should be able to afford that now. Well, that's going to be over with in just a few seconds here, actually. And then I'll have to send my guys down to this one, which is a bit further away. It should take twice as long, actually. These guys now. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try building one of those. I wasn't sure what the other power was. We'll look at that when he finishes. And the reason I built him first is if he's anything like the human priest, he'll come out with his power only about 1/3 all the way charged. And then he has to sit there, you know, or fight, you know, but he can't be using his power if he wants it to replenish. So it's always a good idea to build those guys before you need them. That way they've been, you know, they've had a chance to met up, and they're actually useful to you in battle, whatever the abilities that they have. The humans can heal themselves. I'm not sure what the Necro is going to have. So all he has is his magic attack at the moment. But it looks like I can research this. I'm not going to just yet, I don't have the gold. But as you can see, his power right here isn't fully charged, and that's what he's going to be using if you have him cast any of his spells that he may get. That's the end of the gold right there. See how long they have to walk down there? I mean, it's a good distance. Now this may look like a lot of troops, but in reality it's only 2 groups, you know. There's, you know, one group of my tanks and one group of my archers, and this guy is an extra. To attack a base, you really want at least 3 good groups. You can do it with less if you're skilled and you know what you're doing and luck's on your side and whatnot, but for me, I like to overwhelm the enemy and not have to come back and build up another force to hit them again and finish it off. And I'll have to build another farm. Yeah, I actually don't have anybody on wood anymore. I must have dropped them all to go to gold. So I have to put one guy back on wood. In fact, I'll have him build a farm first. Now, it's easy to be in this situation. You look at it and you're like, oh, the gold's taking so long to get to me. You know, I have a decent-sized force. I'll just go ahead and attack. And then you're really rushing it because you didn't plan on doing it that way. You don't want to try because chances are you don't have a big enough force. You know, just wait a few more minutes. I know it's a little slower, but you just wait a few more minutes for these guys to get you the resources you need. Because all you really need is an extra 2 or 3 guys. But if you go early and your entire force dies, you have to rebuild it from scratch, and that's going to take you a lot longer than a couple of minutes if you had waited. You know, and I never even did that. The research on increasing these guys' damage, or his. In fact, I'm going to do his before we leave, just so I can see what it is. I'm guessing he's going to be able to raise the skeletons, because when you die or the enemy dies, you'll see a little skeleton of that guy laying there on the ground, along with the color of whatever clothing he was wearing, like it's been ripped apart. And over time it will disintegrate, it will just fall apart, the pixels will kind of remove themselves back so the ground is, you know, perfectly fine, there's no damage to it. But I'm guessing if he gets to it early and he casts that spell, he'll be able to... those guys are fine. He'll be able to raise those skeletons, I'm hoping. There we go, I should be able to do it after these guys get up here. Now, I may build one more troop, let him do one more round, build one more guy, and then head off, and that should be good with the troops we got here. In fact, I'll go ahead and bring up most of these guys, or all of these guys actually. If I'm going to overwhelm them, you know, I might as well go all out. And hopefully I won't pay for it and have them, you know, attack me while I'm gone. Because there's just literally nobody over here that can attack. But usually if you can draw their attention out someplace else, you know, they won't sneak in behind your base and attack. As you can see, his magic is full now. Okay, here we go. We got some people coming up. And again, in situations like this, you could always build more peons, but remember, you do have a finite number of gold. But if you know it's going to take you a while and this gold mine's not going to do it, and there's a third one even farther away, then I would suggest putting, you know, the resources into building a few more peons, just so that you're not playing the level for, you know, an hour and a half or 2 hours or something like that. Okay, well, let's go into this area over here. Now, granted, some of these guys are going to die really quickly because they're already hurt. Well, I got another gold mine at least. I wish you could put these guys in tabs of groups so I could just click on the tabs like they did later on. I don't know where his healer is, but it's around here somewhere. This spearman just standing there doing nothing. In fact, we'll try this here. I got two. Don't know how long they last, if they have a time limit or not. Okay, well, I got some more people. In fact, I still have some more people over here, I think. Go ahead and build a few more. I do like that necro. That necro is pretty nice. Bring them over here. And it actually looks like there's a couple more skeletons I could have brought back if I had more power. But I don't, so... Okay, here we go. Oh, nice. Okay, well, I didn't know I could tell my guys to attack my own dude, but that sucked. I don't know how well this is going to turn out. We'll see, though. Go, that's not too bad. I'm gonna have him destroy the barracks first. Oh, I bring my other guys down here. Now, when picking what building you should destroy first, it's really up to you, but in my opinion, you want to destroy the buildings that produce the troops. Because he can still put out guys while I'm sitting here attacking it. And the last thing I want is to have to take on, you know, more knights that are coming out. I mean, my army's pretty hurt. And if he starts pumping out knights or, you know, more troops while I'm standing here, I may not actually be able to take him on. I may have to go back and get more reinforcements. And there's nothing like losing the base after you've taken it. That just, you know, it sucks. See, like that. You can see they're healing it, or repairing it, and so I want to take them out. It is using their resources, so if you want to drain his resources, because he only has a finite number as well, then let them continue. But if you want to destroy it faster so he can't build more troops like he did a second ago, my idea would be to kill the peons as fast as possible. And you don't want to assume that you won. You want to go ahead and keep building some troops. It doesn't hurt. And if he does have a resurgence of a small force down here or something like that that comes over there and wipes you out. And this guy is an idiot. Instead of, you know, going across the map straight and going down. He's coming from over here, and will probably die when he runs into something. Church. I'm gonna have them take out the church as well. This guy be told a little bit more common sense to come over here. See, they're just stand there and do nothing because they're too far away. Oh, my skeletons just died for no reason. This right here counting down, it must mean that they'll disappear as soon as their magic is gone. There's their town hall right there. I'm actually going to have this guy explore a little bit. See what's down here. See if the way's clear for my other guy. This guy's still not there yet. I'm going to go ahead and have this guy join me up here. It may not be safe, but it does look like it's you know, reasonably clear. Though he may very well be the cause of wiping out my entire army here in a minute. We'll go ahead and do a soldier. He's still producing peasants that, you know, would walk out and get killed almost right away. I let them harvest. They get killed on the way back in. Actually, let this guy have a little bit of fun. Have them look around, see what's over here. You know, those guys seem to be doing pretty good with the buildings. Still haven't seen their gold mine. Maybe they took all the resources out of it. Nope, this guy's still coming out here. As I said, these guys are kind of stupid. So now he can't build any more peons. And if I've killed them all, then he's pretty much done. He's sitting there with whatever resources he may have up here on the top, but nothing to do with them. Unless he has a barracks and then he can produce troops, but the game's pretty much over for him. If you've destroyed his town hall and all his peons, he has no way of ever building any more peons or getting any more resources. So eventually he will run out of resources, and rather quickly, because I can't imagine he has, you know, a huge amount saved up. You know, so all you have to do is sit there and destroy the army he has, and maybe a few more troops, and then it's yours. I mean, there's nothing more he can do. So if you have a hard time taking a base, it's too tough, you can get in there, maybe destroy one or two buildings, and then he wipes out your force. You know, those would be the two buildings that I would choose to destroy. You know, would be the town hall and maybe the barracks. This looks like the last building. there's his gold mine. Well, there you go, guys. There's the end of level 3 for the orcs. If you guys like these episodes, please hit the little thumbs up key. And as always, any subscriptions help out. Thanks again, guys.